Kyle Shanahan, the man, the myth, the legend. At least that's how the mainstream media promotes Kyle Shanahan. Anyways, as a head coach, this is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Kyle Shanahan having another opportunity to win his first Super Bowl as a head coach in the NFL. The 49ers have now made their second Super Bowl appearance in the last 5 NFL seasons as Kyle Shanahan continued his mastery of elite coaching for the 49ers. There is now tremendous pressure on Kyle Shanahan to finally finish the job for the 49ers as they are currently favored to win the Super Bowl. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. How much faith do you have in Kyle Shanahan finally winning a Super Bowl? Honestly, I don't have that much faith in Kyle Shanahan to get the job done. Is it because I don't believe in Kyle Shanahan as a head coach? Absolutely not. When you talk about elite head coaches in the National Football League, there is a very short list of coaches before you get to Kyle Shanahan. If you want to talk about offensive wizardry, you got me with Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle Shanahan is a tremendous offensive mind. He can make any quarterback look good at any given time. Of course, Kyle Shanahan is dependent on having a pocket passer as his quarterback, but shoot, every coach has a tendency as to what kind of quarterback he wants on the football field. When you look at what Kyle Shanahan has done with the San Francisco 49ers, it really has been incredible for what he has done in the last 5 seasons. This man took Jimmy Garoppolo to a Super Bowl in the 2019 NFL season, and a lot of people look at Jimmy Garoppolo as the modern day Trent Dilfer. And when you look at what Kyle Shanahan did with Brock Purdy this year, you have to be extremely impressed with how he has managed to turn Brock Purdy into a Pro Bowl quarterback. When you talk about Brock Purdy, you think about him as Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last pick in the 2022 NFL draft. There were several quarterbacks taken ahead of Brock Purdy in the 2022 NFL draft. And for Kyle Shanahan to turn Brock Purdy into a Pro Bowl quarterback, that is a testament to his coaching skills. But as far as whether or not I got faith in Kyle Shanahan winning the Super Bowl or not this year, I don't have a lot of faith in him getting the job done. It's not a knock on Kyle Shanahan. It's just how great I value the Kansas City Chiefs. The fact that the San Francisco 49ers are favored to win the Super Bowl really surprises me, because when you look at this Kansas City Chiefs team, what do you think about? You think about Patrick Mahomes and you think about their defense. You think about how Patrick Mahomes is already the second greatest quarterback to have ever stepped foot on an NFL field, and you have to think about the great defense the Kansas City Chiefs boast. When you think about the Kansas City Chiefs in past years, what did you think about them? You thought about their explosive offense and you thought about their explosive playmakers, but that hasn't been the case for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. When you think about the Kansas City Chiefs this year, what do you think about? You think about their defense, you think about their run game, and you think about the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. You look at how Patrick Mahomes took a solid core wide receivers to the Super Bowl. When your wide receiver 1 is Rashid Rice and you're in the Super Bowl, that means you're a phenomenal quarterback. And I don't think that it is smart for bettors to put Patrick Mahomes as the underdog in this game, because Patrick Mahomes has never lost as the underdog in the playoffs. Every time Patrick Mahomes has been listed as an underdog in the NFL playoffs, he has always won. No matter the year, no matter the stadium, no matter the place, no matter the roster, Patrick Mahomes just finds ways to win games more often than not, especially when he is the underdog. If you play against a pissed off Patrick Mahomes, it's going to make you pay. And right now, I think Patrick Mahomes is pissed because of the fact that the bettors continue to doubt the Kansas City Chiefs. How is it that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be underdogs for the 3rd straight game when they are in the middle of a dynasty? You talk about the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. You think about how he can elevate any squad at any given time. And this 49ers defense has not done a great job in this year's NFL playoffs. Do the 49ers defense have talent? Absolutely. You want to talk about a pass rush of Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Chase Young, and others in that pass rush, and you have to think, how are the Kansas City Chiefs not favored to win that game? I know the 49ers defense, they got talent, but they haven't shown up in this year's playoffs. Yes, I know Nick Bosa got 2 sacks in the NFC Championship game, but it's not like Nick Bosa has had this incredible season for the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers this year have not been exactly great on defense for their standards. Have they been good on defense? Yes, but if you look at the talent that the 49ers have, they should be great on that side of the ball, but it obviously hasn't worked out that way. I expect Patrick Mahomes to put up points against this 49ers defense, because you want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs competition. They've had to deal with a gauntlet of opponents in the AFC. The bloodbath that I call the AFC has been incredibly tough for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's one of the reasons why they already had 6 losses this year. It's because the AFC is so tough. There's a reason why Patrick Mahomes had to play not 1 but 2 road games. That's because of the fact that Patrick Mahomes has been a phenomenal quarterback, but also because of the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have better rosters than teams like the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. But for Patrick Mahomes to get the job done against those 2 teams on the the road, very incredible stuff. And you really think the San Francisco 49ers are a better football team than the Kansas City Chiefs? This is not a smart bet to put the Kansas City Chiefs as the underdogs. And whenever the Kansas City Chiefs are underdogs, that's when you know you made a massive mistake, because Patrick Mahomes is going to play pissed off. You also think about the fact how Travis Kelce is going to go off in this year's Super Bowl as well. I expect Travis Kelce to score a touchdown, and I don't really expect the 49ers defense to be a major factor in this game. I think this Chiefs offense is going to do just enough to win. I know they don't score 30 points a game anymore, but that's not how the Kansas City Chiefs win games. They win games because of their defense, which means ultimately it's going to come down to Kyle Shanahan's wizardry on offense. Now, we've known Kyle Shanahan to blow Super Bowl leads in the past. He's blown a Super Bowl lead not once but twice. When he was the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons, he blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. The Atlanta Falcons were up 28-3 in that Super Bowl, and it did not matter because the Atlanta Falcons flat out choked on defense, on offense, you name it. Kyle Shanahan, as the offensive coordinator, forgot to run the football and drain the clock down. He overthought how to maintain a 28-3 lead, and what happened? Matt Ryan ends up fumbling the football. The Falcons, they end up screwing themselves out field goal range late in that game, so they can't score extra points, and then the Patriots go back and end up winning the game. So the Falcons, they end up blowing the largest Super Bowl lead in Super Bowl history. Kyle Shanahan played a major role in that choke job. And then, of course, you got to look at what happened in Super Bowl 54. I picked the San Francisco 49ers to win Super Bowl 54 that year, so I'm pretty salty about what happened. The 49ers were up 10 points in the fourth quarter, and all they had to do was close the deal, and they couldn't get it done because Kyle Shanahan had Jimmy Garoppolo as his quarterback, or at least that's what everybody has been saying. And obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't get the job done. Kyle Shanahan has been getting a lot of criticism for not being able to close a Super Bowl lead. Super Bowl leads are supposed to be extremely hard to blow in the fourth quarter, but Kyle Shanahan has been the master of that. Obviously, Kyle Shanahan is a phenomenal head coach, but Kyle Shanahan has not been able to maintain leads in the Super Bowl, and that's because he abandons the run when his team is up in the fourth quarter. Now, whether or not he's going to do that this year, that's going to remain to be seen, but I believe that the San Francisco 49ers get a lead in the fourth quarter, they're going to keep pounding the ball with Christian McCaffrey. That would be the smart bet. Why? Because Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the game of football. He is an elite running back. There's a reason why Christian McCaffrey is a league MVP candidate. That's because of the fact that Christian McCaffrey can make explosive plays at any given time. You hand him the football, you throw him the football, it doesn't matter because he's going to make big plays on offense, and he's going to help your offense score touchdowns. And what is the most important thing in terms of scoring points on the football field? Scoring touchdowns, because that's how you score the most amount of points, and Christian McCaffrey has the ability to find his nose in the end zone. That's how great of a player Christian McCaffrey is. So I do trust Kyle Shanahan to learn his lesson, because third time is the charm, but I don't have the 49ers getting the lead in the fourth quarter because the Kansas City Chiefs defense has been spectacular in the second half. They do a great job holding opponents to not scoring a lot of points in the second half. There's a reason why a lot of teams struggle against the Kansas City Chiefs defense in the second half. It's because the Kansas City Chiefs defense turns championship caliber come second halftime, and if the game is close after halftime, you know Patrick Mahomes is going to do just enough to win the game, while the defense is going to hold the 49ers offense off. I'm not necessarily saying that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that they are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not necessarily even making a prediction, but do I have faith in Kyle Shanahan finally winning a Super Bowl? Not really. I don't have a lot of faith in Kyle Shanahan getting the job done, because he is also going up against another all-time great in Andy Reid. When you talk about all-time great head coaches, you have to include Andy Reid in all conversations, and I believe Andy Reid is a better coach than Kyle Shanahan. That's not a knock on Kyle Shanahan. It's just how much respect I have for Andy Reid on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of Kyle Shanahan getting the job done for the 49ers. I can only give the score at a 4. I don't think that I can give a score higher than a 4, because I'm looking at the other sideline. I'm thinking, man, they got Patrick Mahomes, they got Travis Kelce, they got Andy Reid calling the plays on the sidelines. How are they going to manage to overcome all of that? And then, of course, you also think about the great defense that the Kansas City Chiefs have come second half. They're not a great first half defense, but in the second half, their defense is tremendous, and they're going to get the job done. Obviously, you're the 49ers. You want to get off to a good start, because if you don't get off to a good start, it could turn ugly in the Super Bowl, because the Chiefs could end up winning comfortably. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying that's a distinct possibility. Now, of course, if you're the 49ers, don't be surprised if you get in a shootout, and if you go into a shootout and lose by 3 to Patrick Mahomes because he gets the ball last, then so be it. You can only live with yourself if you manage to play the best possible game that you can, and if Patrick Mahomes wins it, then so be that, because that's how great Patrick Mahomes is. Of course, the 49ers, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to play their A game both on offense and on defense. They're going to have to force stops on the Chiefs. They're going to have to score when they get opportunities with the football in their hands, and if they play the cards right, maybe they squeak by with a victory. But to say that I can comfortably say the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl, I can't comfortably say that, because I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes on the other sideline, and you know how it is when Patrick Mahomes has the football in his hands last, because when he does, he's not going to normally blow the game, not unless if Kadarius Toney or some other sorry receiver is going to drop the football. my point is Patrick Mahomes is going to get the job done for the Kansas City Chiefs if the game is close. And Kyle Shanahan, whether or not he is desperate, absolutely, he is absolutely desperate to finally win a Super Bowl for the 49ers. Let's see if he gets the job done. I can't say I have a ton of faith in that, but never say never with the San Francisco 49ers because they are a great football team. So that's why I do not have a ton of faith in Kyle Shanahan finally winning a Super Bowl for the 49ers this season. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @Dustin Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin Tran and that Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below. Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.